Sonic fans, what can I tell you? You see, the one thing I could do to regulate my feelings towards my claims, the people watching, and the people who are just fans of a series in general, is to do what I always do, and that's entertain myself. What if I were to ignore everything around me, explore my thoughts, and come up with this magical Sonic the Hedgehog game? I know so much about this series. There are so many things I like about this series. I want to imagine a world that has no boundaries, an environment with only things I like. Me, no one else. But what am I saying? I could only dream of something that crazy. I could. The possibilities are endless. My dream Sonic the Hedgehog game. Wow, my own Sonic game. Where do I even start? Do I jump right into gameplay? Do I touch on the story? I'm so excited right now. Okay, so we gotta cover some basics first. I know a lot about this freaking series, so much to where it's kinda scary. Like, man. So if anyone were to give you their idea of an amazing Sonic game, it would be me. No, I'm not saying my dream game is going to save the series or anything ridiculous, but growing up, I've always wanted to come up with my own Sonic game. And here I am. 24 years of material to work with. So, first things first. No Wisp. I understand the appeal. Oh, new Sonic power-ups combining the cuteness of the Chow with new abilities. They're from space, they're so cool. They work well when they have purpose. In Sonic Colors, they were used in a variety of ways to enhance the gameplay experience. They were there to make the game interesting. Well, my game shouldn't need that. I don't want to use these things. Sonic just doesn't need them, honestly. If I want to find different routes and progress to a stage differently, I'll do it myself. I could go on and on about this, but I think some of my future wishes will further prove my point. In Sonic Adventure, you had to make your way through a few hub worlds to complete the game. Each area contained action stages and cutscenes, basically serving as the game's world. The game spawned 2 follow-ups that removed the open world option and was simply stage to stage. I want that. As much as I love talking to human number 1 in Station Square, Adventure 2 and Heroes told me, hey, just keep moving, man. To Adventure's credit, I love that you kept all of your speed and abilities in these environments. It reminded you that yes, you are Sonic, and you will not handicap yourself outside of stages. I just want that stuff out of my game. Music. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm really into music. There aren't many Sonic games that just have bad soundtracks. Do I remember all of them? Absolutely not. I couldn't tell you anything about Shadow the Hedgehog or Sonic 4 Episode 1. Okay, Splash Hill was pretty catchy. But you know what I miss more than anything? Vocal tracks. Yeah, I know, right? Crush 40 is like in every game. No. Sonic Lost World and obviously Rise of Lyric appear to have no vocal tracks. Which is strange because I always thought that was a major appeal of 3D Sonic. Everyone remembers the Dreamcast games for hits like Live and Learn and Open Your Heart. That trend only continued up until recently. Which scares me because it worries me that Sega believes it's not needed anymore. Oh yeah, Lost World wasn't trying to be a Sonic game. How can I forget? For my soundtrack, give me something like Adventure. I want those guitar bangers, that smooth brass, that deep piano. Make me remember every track in this game. Every track. And of course, I like Crush 40 on the vocals. Can't go wrong. How did Live and Learn not win a Grammy? I have no idea. Story. It's been a discussion since Sonic started speaking in the games. Sonic would always be that risky franchise that went in directions no other cartoony video game character would dare take. Finding some unknown water thing who would later have a plot-driven backstory and evolve into the final boss of the game. Oh, spoiler warning for Sonic Adventure. Why are you watching this? It was charming, it was very unique for its time in the 3D platformer genre. I enjoyed it as a kid and I still do today, despite all of the technical problems. It made the character feel cool and the franchise three-dimensional. See what I did there? The controversy lies in the current games, where the plots are as two-dimensional as a TV pilot of a show that would appear at 3 in the morning on Boomerang. They try their hardest to make you laugh. I can never find any of it funny, but I mean, I guess people are actually enjoying it, so maybe that's the reason? It's not like the adventure games or Unleashed had Spielberg-worthy plots or anything, but they definitely stuck with me as entertaining and just good overall. Give me something like that. That's what I want in my Sonic game, not this try-hard comedy stuff. I like the earlier plots more because the characters. It just makes for a more fun time if done right. And I don't care about plot holes because that is honestly one of the dumbest complaints I've ever heard in this fanbase. Oh my god. I made a joke video about it, but people actually complain about that stuff. Like, wow, man. A good story can really help you remember the game in a positive light, I promise you. So if we're going by what I want, get that stuff out of here. Sonic is known for its varied environments. He's always been the video game character that fused green hills in real-life settings. For example, Starlight Zone and Green Hill, two completely different themes. This only carried into the 3D games where Sonic is always in some kind of city. Looking at Generations, it's cool to see how they all fit together, and it further proves that cities are just as Sonic the Hedgehog as alien planets or checkerboard hills. So for the environment, I just want something that looks great. A city, a beach, heck, put Sonic in a Los Angeles-based stage. I don't care. I just don't want Lost Worlds look. Why? Because it's plain. It doesn't even look Sonic. I don't know what they were thinking, and I wouldn't like to see that again. Dwelling into characters, who should I include? Who will be playable? Okay, we got huge surprise, Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's add in Tails, Knuckles, and a new character. Well, that's weird. No Shadow, Silver, Amy, or Blaze. No. Because reasons. For my game, I'd like to imagine that Shadow is done saving the world. He's contributed enough with his own game. I just wouldn't want him there for the sake of being there. Same with Silver. What more could I do with this guy besides giving him his own game? He's not even in the same time period. I want to try something fresh, and that's exactly what my idea does. Most Sonic games during the early days allow you to play as a new character, 06 being the last huge example. The characters will all be placed in one giant plot, similar to the Dreamcast titles. Unlike most of the games, you won't choose your own path. Instead, it'll be one giant story. Why? Because I'm straight to the point. I'm going to complete them all anyway, so it doesn't matter for me. Carrying from SA2, each character will have their own stages, because I love this idea. I don't mind the game forcing gameplay changes on me as long as they're fun, and since this is my game, I'm obviously going to approve of it. Every character should control really well. Sonic, the speed character of the group, will play as you'd expect. Running forward, jumping on springs, grabbing vines, it's all there. As for the boost, I honestly don't want it in. Is it because I don't like it? No. Generations actually made it pretty fun, and the mod community only proved that it could work with other characters. Would it be underwhelming to go back to normal speed from the boost? Absolutely not. This is 3D Sonic the Hedgehog, so that's what I want in my game. I just want to control Sonic like I normally would. Spin dashing off ledges, finding collectibles, having fluid control, all that good stuff. Tails will take similar stages, using his flight ability to find shortcuts and collectibles. Knuckles will also take similar stages, using his ability to glide, climb walls, and if needed, dig underground. I always felt that Adventure 1 and 2 Knuckles controlled amazing. They really captured the feel of the character the best they could. His treasure hunting stages fit him, but I always wanted to play as my favorite character in action stages. Sonic Heroes did it just fine, so if I could do the same with Knuckles with adventurous control, that would be a dream come true. As for the new character, make him cool, make him fun. I love fresh ideas and characters when they're done right. Shadow, Tails, and Knuckles were a prime example of this. But I'd like to emphasize similar stages because it's not that hard to put them in Sonic-like stages. Just look at the classics. It can be done, and I'd like that to be done, only with minor tweaks relating to that specific character. The game should be fully 3D, with returning power-ups like the Lightspeed Dash, elemental shields, and so on. Throughout the story, there will be cutscenes giving meaning to each stage and situation, all leading up to a supersonic final boss. I don't care what the final boss is, I just want it to be epic. Sonic games have been struggling with this lately, so I would like something fairly challenging, and again, epic. This leads to non-playable characters such as Dr. Eggman, Amy, and Rouge. I want them in the story, but I'm satisfied with the playable characters I have. The writing should be good. I want the plot to have a great amount of depth and entertainment value. Voice actors will include Ryan Drummond or Jason Griffith for Sonic, I don't really care, Colleen O'Shaughnessy for Tails, Scott Dreyer for Knuckles, Lisa Ortiz for Amy, Karen Strassman for Rouge, and of course Mike Pollock for Dr. Eggman. Another minor detail, I want the character's height to be shrunken down to about pre-06. Similar to what Sonic Runners did, I just think it looks better with the characters. Never was a fan of the whole long legs thing. Now, enough about story mode. You know what really stuck out to me in the early 3D games? All the different modes. So let's go into what I'd like to see. First, I want a special stage mode. In order to unlock Super Sonic for normal stages, I think it should just be in a separate mode altogether. Sort of like what Sonic Colors did. I thought that was a smart feature. I'd like it to return, only better. Heck, why just Sonic? Let's allow the other story characters to have super forms as well. Normal stage select, of course, should be included. Something easy to navigate with, similar to Adventure 2's world map or even Sonic Heroes. But what I want is the ability to play as different characters from stages from the story mode. For Sonic stages, let me play as non-story or non-playable characters such as Shadow, Silver, Blaze, Amy, or Metal Sonic. sort of like character skins, but with actual characters. Adventure 2 did something similar with its multiplayer, and I'd love to see that for the single player mode as well. Knuckles can have Rouge, Tikal, and Chaos, and the rest of the characters should have alts too. That segues into multiplayer. Make it just like, again, Sonic Adventure 2. Different characters racing through every stage. But why just race? Bring back mech shooting. I had fun with that in the 2-player mode, same with the treasure hunting. That is the only way I'd want these modes to return. Give me new modes such as character battles, boss battles, 2-player special stages. Bring back the mini-kart racing game and make it control like All-Stars Racing or Generations. And to top this all off, make everything have an online option. I have tons of internet friends who are Sonic fans. Let me play with those people. Oh, and since it's completely possible, why not make everything up to 4 players? It only feels right. Sonic Adventure introduced Chow Gardens, the ability to raise these adorable little creatures and let them compete in various challenges. I want everything Adventure 2's garden had, and more. What do I mean by more? Online. Yes, if I'm going to have a Chow Garden, I'd like it to be online. With this feature, you can trade Chow with friends, let a friend take care of your Chow, battle with friends, send snapshots, or have a friend visit your garden. Speaking of gardens, I want to be able to customize their appearances. If you like the simplistic green look of the original, that's cool. If you enjoyed the beach one from Adventure 1, it should be there as well. Chow could easily have newer designs too. This is even shown in Sonic Jump Fever. Again, the moral system, kindergarten, all that from Adventure 2 should carry over, just with added features. Rankings. Honestly, I don't want these to return. Yes, they're a cool reminder that you should get better at a certain stage, but I like how Adventure handled it. Each stage has 3 missions. As long as you beat those missions, you were given the emblem. No all A rank nonsense, just beat the stage. I think that's all it takes for making the game longer, and I appreciate Lost World for removing them also. And yes, that means I want emblems back. 3 per stage, just like Adventure. The Chow Gardens and multiplayer modes shouldn't get in the way of getting all the emblems. With each certain amount you collect, you should be given new carts for the kart racing minigame, multiplayer and single player outfits, Chow items, and something really cool for getting all of them. Probably an extra stage or a classic Sonic skin. That'd be cool. That'd definitely make you want to 100% the game. Menus. Yeah, remember how fun those were? I would love to see character-themed menus return, with voiceovers as well. These really give the game personality. Every time you would open the game, your favorite character was there. It was a small detail that really helped me appreciate what the game did and made me a bit more comfortable with it. Sound tests should also return, because I swear they don't do that nearly as much as they used to. If Unleashed had it, I certainly missed it. Didn't see one in Colors, and Generations had one, but I would have liked to hear the remixes that actually took place in the stages. A sound test should have everything. Shouldn't be hard to include. Maybe Sega's just like, well, they're on the internet, so why include them? If that's the case, look at Smash Brothers. Tons of freaking music, and it's all there for you to listen to. See what I mean? It's just the little things. But what more can I say? I love the game I put together. If done perfectly as imagined, I think it'd be the best Sonic game to date. That's my opinion. What really made this dream game was returning features with added features. That's all it is. Take a good Sonic game and add to it. Don't remove the good things. And it seems like I just made Sonic Adventure 3. Well, I didn't. I made a good Sonic game. A great Sonic game. It wasn't hard. Would it be a challenge for Sega? Absolutely. I don't ever expect something like this to happen. That doesn't mean future games are going to suck. It just means that there will never be a 3D Sonic game that I find perfect for Sonic standards. That's what I think anyway. The series just doesn't know how to add things. It's sad. Where did all the features go from Sonic Adventure 2? Where did all the multiplayer go after Heroes? Where did everything go in Sonic 4? It's all a dream. Every standard I have for this series. And I'll keep dreaming. For nothing, really. But I guess you all just saw where I was coming from. I don't care if you dislike my thoughts, because this video is all about me. Shouldn't really matter to you. My dream. My dream Sonic game.
Hey man, if you don't wake up, we gotta record tonight. I was just talking to Rob about how you always joke about me sleeping, and here you are. You were talking in your sleep too. What the hell was that all about?
Nothing important. Nothing